You're listening to the Podcast Detroit Network. Visit www.podcastdetroit.com for more information.
In this episode of the Motor City Hypnotist Podcast, I'm going to actually walk you through a hypnosis session, or at least the induction of what we call it, the relaxation part of it. So disclaimer up front, just as this podcast begins, don't listen to this while you're driving. Put it on pause. Wait till you get home. Or if you're doing anything that you need to be aware and alert, please don't listen to it then. And I know that sounds counterintuitive because I want you to listen to the podcast, but because we're going to be doing this special thing, I don't want you to listen while you're doing something that you need to be safe with. So, yeah, not while you're driving, not while you're working. Wait till you're safe and sitting somewhere where you won't be disturbed. And, again, as usual, I'm giving the listeners a free hypnosis guide. Stay tuned.
Get ready for the Motor City Hypnotist, David R. Wright, originating from the suburbs of Detroit, Michigan. He has hypnotized thousands of people from all over the United States. David R. Wright has been featured on news outlets all across the country and is the clinical director of an outpatient mental health and hypnosis clinic located just south of Detroit, where he helps people daily using the power of hypnosis. Welcome, the Motor City Hypnotist, David R. Wright.
What is going on, people? It is David Wright, and I am back with another episode of the Motor City Hypnotist Podcast. Those of you on Facebook, we are live here in the Podcast Detroit Northville studios. With me in the booth is Jamie today.
Hey.
Yeah. Jamie skipped football tonight to be here.
It was too cold out there.
I was going to say, you're very thankful for that.
I don't want to go.
Yeah, I can imagine, right? So we are here. Let me tell you where you can find me. My website is motorcityhypnotist.com. On the website, you'll find my podcast page and my shop page and all kinds of other good stuff. You'll find all of the episodes from the podcast from the beginning. So, yeah, check that out. Maybe go back and listen to something that you maybe haven't heard or that you'd like to hear again. That would be awesome. You can find me on social media, on Facebook and YouTube, Motor City Hypnotist, and on Twitter and Instagram, Motor City Hypno. Also, wherever you're listening to the show, whatever podcast platform you're listening on, please like and subscribe and leave a review. That would help me out as well. Subscribing to the show is fantastic. Even leave a review. Put some comments in on things you want to see, maybe things that you didn't think were that great. That's cool. I'll look at it. I might not like it, but,
like this in the background. What the fuck is it with you?
Oh, you got a couple of thumbs up. Kendra and Alan.
Oh, Kendra. Well, Kendra's my wife, so she has to do it.
My wife never listens, so you're luckier than I.
No, she does check in here and there.
Oh, good for you.
And Alan and Matt have checked in as
Oh,
well.
Alan. Does Alan? What's Alan's last name?
Benson.
Oh, Alan Benson. What's up, Alan? How are you? Here, I'm going to give you something, Alan.
What the fuck are you doing?
I know you're on Facebook, but that means we love you. So we thank you for checking in. And Matt's checking in. So, hey, hope Matt's doing okay. They're doing well today. So, yes, subscribe, leave a review. That would be fantastic. And if you want to support the show financially, you can do so on Patreon. Again, Patreon's a creator site where creators put their things up there and fans of the show can support us financially. And if you do, the donations are very minimal per month, but I'd like to give things out like these cool coffee mug, if you guys can see that in the video. I'll show you the back, too, because that's got a cool spiral on the back. And T-shirts and the other things on there on the Patreon site is early access to the podcast. Because typically when we record, it typically hits the major podcast maybe a week and a half to 2 weeks later. So you get early access. And if you want to shout out or you want to promote something yourself, I will do that for you as well. So check out Patreon and take a look there. And as I do every show, a free hypnosis guide is available. And I'm also going to leave the links up that we did the last couple of podcasts. One of the links is for the book that we talked about when we talked about the procrastination episode. The End of Procrastination, How to Stop Postponing and Live a Fulfilled Life. And also my free Hypnosis for Confidence recording. And that's one I just did maybe a month ago. I recorded that one. So that one's brand new. So you can pick that one up free as well. So yeah, I think that has me covered on all the stuff I wanted to push. This episode of the Motor City Hypnotist Podcast is brought to you, as soon as I can find my read here. That's what happens when I'm out of order.
I left in my other pants, I swear. I got them right here, someplace.
My dog ate it.
Is it. Oh, here it is.
There we go. Here,
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Oh, my God. I love that
thing
guy.
sucks.
This is one of my favorites. One of my favorite Bill O'Reillys. This episode of the Motor City Hypnotist Podcast is brought to you by Banner Season. Online marketing is saturated and people rarely open their emails. Are you in sales or does your business market to customers? How do you connect with family, friends, and clients? Banner Season takes your marketing into the real world by delivering kindness and thoughtfulness directly to your clients physically. Imagine the excitement of your family, friends, and customers as they receive personalized cards and gifts in their mailboxes. Go to bannerseason.com/fantastic and begin today to express kindness and make connections with others. Again, that's bannerseason.com/fantastic. And that link will be in the show notes as well. And again, full disclosure, I do have an affiliate with them, so it doesn't affect you. But if you join and use the program or the site, I do get something from that. So just want to make that clear up front. It is time for our winner of the week.
That's how winning is done.
All right. Believe it or not, it's not a pet story today. It's not about dogs.
Oh, great Odin's raven.
It's about rabbits.
No animals this time.
Okay, fair play.
So we're in a pandemic, as everyone knows, of course. And this story is about a small business that's been affected, which I'm sure hundreds, if not thousands, of small businesses across the country have been affected. There's an iconic bookstore in New York. It's called the Strand Bookstore. Anyone who's seen the film You've Got Mail, and honestly, I can't say that I've seen the movie, but the story has that in there, so I think they probably used that for this movie. So the Strand Bookstore in New York was in danger of having to close. And I'm just going to read a little bit about their situation. New York City's Strand Bookstore, known worldwide for its 18 miles of books, is a Greenwich Village fixture since 1927. The Strand is the single remaining establishment out of 48 bookstores that once ran the length of 4th Avenue's famous Book Row. Unfortunately, with the COVID-19 pandemic reducing crucial foot traffic, store proprietor Nancy Bass Wyden, granddaughter of the store's original owner, was faced with an awful prospect of having to close the Strand's doors for good. In a last-ditch effort to save her beloved family business, Bass Wyden reached out to her customer base with a plea for help. "I'm going to pull out all the stops," she tweeted, "to keep sharing our mutual love of the printed word. But for the first time in the Strand's 93-year history, we need to mobilize the community to buy from us so we can keep our doors open." So, as a result of that tweet, the response from the clientele was 25,000 orders in a weekend that crashed the store's website and brought in over $200,000 in sales in just the weekend.
Well, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, absolutely. One enthusiastic Bronx patron ordered 197 books. I mean,
are they different books
well, I
or
was gonna
just like
say,
197
I
copies
don't,
of something?
I don't know what you're gonna,
Clean out your desk. You're gone.
I don't know if he's gonna read all of those. That was followed up by around the block lines at the store's flagship location on Broadway at East 12th Street. How can I not love my book community for helping like this? Bass Wyden said in an interview with the Washington Post. Having suffered heavy financial losses earlier, Wyden is determined not to give up. So that's just a great story. She put out a plea. The bookstore was going to close, and people said, "Here we go. In one weekend, we'll give you $200,000." Well, not give. They purchased, of course.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But yeah, so Strand Bookstore, and actually the people who support the Strand Bookstore, you are our winners of the week.
That's how winning is done.
Yes, it is. That is how winning is done.
So, back to it.
So for those of you listening, maybe it's your first time listening, but if you've been listening from the beginning or even for any length of time, you know that the title of my podcast is the Motor City Hypnotist Podcast. And we have talked a lot about hypnosis, a lot about what hypnosis can be used for, a lot about what it can help you with. But what we've never done during a podcast is actually walk you through a hypnosis session, what that would be like. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to walk you through at least the induction part, and I'll explain this way, that hypnosis has parts. The induction part is the part where I get you into that relaxed state of body and mind. And the mind part is the important part, because that's the part that has to be relaxed for it to be effective. So the induction is when I get you to that point. Once you're in that state of relaxation, then I can provide suggestions for things like stopping smoking, or losing weight, or reducing anxiety, or sleeping better. A million things it could be. If you want to drink less coffee,
Coffee makes me a mite nervous when I drink it.
Yeah, it does. So the induction part comes first when we get you into that relaxed state, and then the suggestions that come after that as far as what you want to address. So just as a heads up front, I'm not going to go into specific suggestions because everybody could have something different, but I'm going to walk you through the induction and get you to that relaxed state, and I'm going to give you a couple of general suggestions. And that way you can just kind of know where it would go from there depending on your specific issue. So I want to start out by just wherever you're at, wherever you're sitting, this is going to work much better if you're seated or even lying down if you have that ability, is just to start with a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And when I do that, you can hear me, and I know in any other situation this would not be perfect on mic, but you're going to hear me breathing, and I'll try not to do it heavily, but you're going to hear me breathing in and out. I'm just giving you an example about how it should be. It should be deep breaths, deep in through your nose, all the way down into your diaphragm. Hold it for a moment, and slowly let it out. So again, another deep breath in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Now continue to do that, and you're going to hear some music in the background, and hopefully that level won't be too high, Jamie, but once it starts here, we'll see, so that my voice doesn't get drowned out. But continue to breathe deeply in through your nose and out through your mouth. And I just want you to focus right now just on the breathing. Every breath you take in, every breath you let out, every time you exhale, you're just going to feel your body relaxing. It's almost like every time you exhale, you feel your body, it's like it's deflating. It's like it's just going loose. So continue to breathe deeply in through your nose and out through your mouth. And I want you to focus on I want to focus on the sounds of the breathing, the feeling of the breathing, that feeling of taking it in, holding it, and letting it out. And just focus that every time you exhale, your body just wants to relax. And this is the same thing that happens when you go to sleep at night. Your breathing becomes slower, it becomes deeper, and incrementally, that breathing takes you step by step down into relaxation until you fall off into sleep. It's the same thing we're doing here, except we're not going to go that far. And if you do fall asleep, that's okay too, because that just shows that you are relaxed, both your body and your mind. So continue to breathe deeply in and slowly out, and just focus on the feeling and the sound of your breathing. Feel how good it is to take those slow, deep breaths all the way deep down into your stomach and slowly out. Just relaxing your body, just slowing everything down, and it assists you to relax more and more. And as we move forward, I just want you to continue to focus on breathing in and breathing out. And just letting go, just letting your body go, just letting your mind go. Let your mind drift. Right now, I don't want you to worry. You might have thoughts come in and out. That's not going to affect you in any way. But just feel yourself letting go. And I'll say that numerous times during this process. Just follow the sound of my voice. I will lead you to where you need to be. This is I am just a guide getting you to where you want to be. So again, continue breathing in and out. And right now, wherever you're at, I want you to focus. I want you to find a focal point. Find a focal point somewhere in the room. It could be a light bulb. It could be a light switch. It could be an outlet. It could be a vase on a table. Whatever it is, I want you to find a focal point right now and focus on that object or that point or that place on a wall. Whatever it is for you, focus on it right now. And as you continue to breathe deeply in and slowly out, I want you to stare at that object or that point. Whatever it is that you're focusing on, I want you to stare at it. And I want you to try not to blink. Now, as soon as I say that, of course, you're going to want to blink. And that's okay. But I want you to focus on that point and try not to blink. And I just want you to feel that heaviness in your eyelids, that heaviness in your eyes, that sensation, that wateriness, that fuzziness you get in your eyes when they're really tired and they just want to close. And in fact, I want you to think back to a time. Think back to a time, maybe it was when you were a kid, maybe you were a teenager, even when you're an adult, when you were fighting sleep, when you were in a situation where you were just struggling to keep your eyes open. And the harder you tried, the heavier they become. And it was just so hard to keep your eyes open. Think about a time when you were fighting sleep and your eyelids just wanted to be closed. And in a moment, not yet, but in a moment, I'm going to have you close your eyes. But right now, I just want you to focus on the heaviness, the weariness, the feeling in your eyes that they just want to be closed. And again, resist the urge to close them. Resist the urge to blink. Just focus on the feeling. And in a moment, not yet, but in a moment, I'm going to count to 3. And when I get to 3, I just want you to let your heavy eyelids close and focus on the sensation. 1, 2, 3. Just let your eyes close and just focus on the sensation of your eyes being closed. Just focus on the feeling, that feeling of just relief, that feeling of just relaxation that having your eyes closed brings you. And just focus on the way you're breathing deeper in and out, the relaxation in your body. Again, focused on my words and my voice, just listening to the directions I'm giving you. Again, if thoughts come in and out, that's fine. They'll come in and out and they'll just be gone. But focusing on my voice, and again, focusing on that feeling of having your eyes closed and how good it feels to be that relaxed. And with every breath you take in and every breath you let out, you just go deeper and deeper relaxed. Now, in a moment, not yet, but in a moment, I'm going to count to 3 again. When I get to 3, but not before, I'm going to have you open your eyes, find the spot you were looking at a moment ago, whatever that spot was, whatever that object was, and then close your eyes down again. So again, when I get to 3, but not before, you're going to open your eyes, find that point you were looking at before, and immediately close your eyes. And every time your eyes close, you'll go deeper than the time before. Every time your eyes close, it's like riding a wave. You come up on that wave, and every time you go down deeper than the time before. So when I get to 3, open your eyes, find that point, close your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Open, close. Every time your eyes close, you drift, float, sink deeper and deeper and deeper relaxed, just letting go. Again, just following my voice, just letting yourself go, just enjoy the feeling as you become deeper and deeper and deeper relaxed. And even right now, you might feel yourself a sense of drifting or floating or a sense of tingling or a sense of numbness. That's okay. That's just your body just relaxing and your mind relaxing. All of those feelings are fantastic. There's no right or wrong way to do this. You just feel relaxed. And with every breath, you feel more relaxed than you did before. So in a moment, we're going to do that again. Not yet, but in a moment, I'm going to count to 3. When I get to 3, I want you to open your eyes. Again, find the object or the point that you were looking at before and immediately close your eyes. And again, every time your eyes close, you go deeper than the time before. 1, 2, 3. Open, close. Every time you close your eyes, you drift, float, sink deeper and deeper and deeper relaxed. The deeper you go, the better you feel. The better you feel, the deeper you go. Again, just letting it happen, just letting go and enjoying a sensation of relaxation all the way from your head down to the bottom of your feet. Every limb, every muscle, every fiber just becoming loose, limp, and relaxed. Just like your muscles are made of loose rubber bands or like a child's rag doll. And even the thought that even if you had to move your limbs right now, that you just wouldn't be able to do it because they're just so relaxed. It's almost as if they don't work. And that doesn't just cause you any distress whatsoever. It's just that they're that relaxed. They feel so good to be relaxed. So in a moment, not yet, but in a moment, we're going to do that one more time. When I get to 3, you're going to open your eyes, find the light, find the point, find the object you were looking at before, and immediately close your eyes. This time when you close your eyes, you're going to go 10 times deeper, 10 times more relaxed, 10 times more relaxed than you feel right now. So when I get to 3, open your eyes, find the object or the point, immediately close your eyes, and go 10 times deeper. 1, 2, 3. Open, close. 10 times more relaxed. Just drifting, floating, sinking deeper and deeper and deeper relaxed. And I want you to imagine something right now. And imagine that your eyes now, because they're so fatigued and so tired and they feel so good to be closed. Imagine what it would be like if your eyes were so relaxed that they wouldn't, that even if you wanted to, they wouldn't open. Think about how that might feel. And in fact, right now, I want you to test and find that even if you try to open your eyes, they won't open because they're just so relaxed. They feel so good to be relaxed that even if you try to, you can't. Try, but you can't. Try, but you can't. And now just relax. Just let yourself go, drifting, floating, sinking deeper and deeper and deeper relaxed. Now I want you to imagine in your mind right now that you're standing at the top of a staircase. A staircase can look however you would want it to. Maybe it's made of metal or wood or concrete. Whatever it is for you, I just want you to imagine you're standing at the top of a staircase, and down below you are 10 steps that lead to the bottom. In a moment, I'm going to count down from 10 all the way down to 1. And with every number I count, you're going to imagine taking a step down that staircase. Again, with every number I count, you're going to take a step down. And with every step you take down, it's just going to take you deeper and deeper and deeper relaxed. The deeper you go, the better you feel. The better you feel, the deeper you go. Again, envisioning it in your mind as you take those steps, as I count down. With every number I count, you take a step down that staircase. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Totally and completely relaxed. Totally and completely relaxed body and mind. And again, your mind hearing the words that I'm saying. Totally locked into my voice. Totally locked into the directions I'm giving you. And even now, the feeling of relaxation is so deep and it feels so good to be relaxed that you just feel light. You almost feel like you could be floating. And even if that's a sensation you have, that's great. Maybe a sensation of floating or drifting. And just enjoy that sensation, just knowing that your mind and your body are completely and totally relaxed. And in this state, I could give you suggestions that would help you or change a subconscious thinking habit or give you confidence in a certain area. So I want you to think of something right now for you. Think of it in your own mind. Think of something you might want to stop. Think of something you might want to change. Think of something you might want to start. Whatever that thing is for you, I want you to think of it right now. Imagine it. And if it's something you want to stop doing, I want you to see yourself in the future just not doing that thing. It's just a part of your past. If it's something you want to start doing, I want you to imagine yourself in the future doing that thing consistently without even thinking about it. If it's just having more confidence, already you feel confident in yourself. You feel those feelings of confidence because you're changing your thinking. And that's what we do with this. We just change the thinking, which changes behaviors. So think about that thing. Think about that one thing that you want to change, that you want to do, and just lock it into your mind right now. Even as I snap my fingers, you'll hear it. Every time I snap, it gets locked in deeper and deeper and deeper. And just hold on to that thing, whatever it is, whether you're removing something, whether you're adding something. Right now, that becomes your reality. That becomes reality for you right at this moment. And from this moment going forward, it's different. From this moment going forward, you know right now, deep in your mind, that it's different. And you'll see the difference immediately going forward. So in a moment, not yet, but in a moment, I'm going to count up from 1 to 5. With each number I count up, you're going to become more awake, more alert, just kind of rising up out of that relaxed state that you're in until you're fully alert and fully aware. So as I count, just feel the energy coming back into your body. 1, feeling more alert, more awake. 2, feeling energy come up through your feet all the way to the top of your head. 3, becoming more aware of your surroundings, your room, where you're sitting. 4, feeling the feelings come back into your fingers and toes and extremities. And big deep breath in. And 5, breathe out. And just take a moment to readjust and reacquaint yourself with your surroundings. Again, another deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And again, wide awake, totally, completely alert, focused into my voice and my voice alone now. And again, being aware of your surroundings, being aware, fully awake, fully alert, feeling fantastic. Again, feeling like you maybe just had a 6-7 hour sleep. Feeling energized. And again, whatever that thing was for you, whatever that one thing was, it's different now. You can look at it differently now. So for those of you listening, thanks for going through this with me. Hopefully that was beneficial for you. And at least that this is the part of hypnosis where we get you to that state. We get you into that relaxed state, and then we give suggestions. So technically speaking, you're only getting one half of the hypnosis session. And because we're in such a limited time frame here, it could last longer for you. Again, it's all individual based on how you're responding to it. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of what the induction in hypnosis, the relaxation portion of hypnosis is. And if you want to learn more or find out more about it, of course, look back to my podcast. There are tons of episodes regarding how hypnosis works and what we use it for. And again, a bunch of MP3 recordings that you can pick up that will guide you through this exact same thing I did with you today, but will focus on a specific issue, such as smoking cessation, losing weight, removing anxiety, being more confident. I think you even have one for improving your golf game if you're a golfer, because I've done some work with a lot of athletes in the area regarding sports performance.
Now
yeah,
you're on, dude.
there you go. Yeah. So yeah, that's another good one. So again, I want to thank everybody for joining me. Hopefully that was useful and beneficial for you. And believe me, if you practice this is something you can get good at, just like you can get good at anything else, and immediately get yourself into that state of relaxed body and mind almost instantly. So practice it. Practice it, and if you want to get one of my MP3s to guide you through it, do that as well. But hopefully that was useful for you. I will see you next episode where we're going to talk about, and it sounds a little counterintuitive, but we're going to talk about the positives of the pandemic. And I know that sounds a little like I said, counterintuitive, but we're going to look at some positives of it, and we're going to see how some things have changed or maybe opportunities that we've had for being better. So until then, change your thinking, change your life, laugh hard, run fast, be kind. I'll see you next time.